Hello, fellow financial freedom fighters. And do you know the costs of things now? I want to share in a quick video of what things cost now when you're talking about real estate. I think we have some old numbers in our head about rents and what things cost, but what do they cost now? And does the investment even make any sense? So let's just start with our single family homes, right? So if you have our basic single family home, the average rent that you get from a single family home is roughly somewhere between $400 and $700 a month. And we're going to pick a median price because interest rates are high. We're going to say this particular property is worth 100 grand. You owe 80,000 on it. And we are going to say that the payment is $1,000 a month. Okay, so this is our mortgage, and this is our market value. Okay, and we owe $1,000 a month, and our rent is $1,500 a month, giving us that $500. Now we're going to say this is all the maintenance, everything included. Okay, we're just going to simplify this to show the outcome of what some of these expenses are. Now, have you ever asked yourself, how much does it cost to maintain a single family home compared to, let's say, a multifamily home? Or let's say if you're running an Airbnb, the cost would be more for single family or an apartment, but maybe your income's higher, right? So then it offsets, and it makes sense, and it makes it okay to do that. So if this is our property, right? We paid full market value, maybe we put 20K down, maybe not, but our income is $500 a month. That turns out to be $6,000 a year. And that's going to give us over 5 years about 30 grand. And I'm just kind of writing that out so that we can see that in full time, right? So if that's the case, okay, in 5 years, what are some of the things that can go wrong? Okay, so when you bought the house or the investment, is the roof brand new with a warranty? More than likely, no. And it's 10 years old, but they told you it's 3. So if they don't have proof on how old the roof is, probably not being told the truth. Some roofs last longer than others. Depends on type and style, and if there's a lot of corners and things like this, or you can see where damage is already forming upon an inspection. But we have to take into account what it costs to replace this roof, because if we do have to do it within a time frame that's not going to benefit us, is that included in the discounted price, or are we just taking on the expense ourselves? So your average roof right now is going to cost between $15,000 and $25,000. Yep. That's 2.5 years of income if you have a cheap roof. You have an expensive one, it'll eat up 5 years worth of income. So you have to look at your investment like this. Are you willing to wait 5 years more than your down payment? Okay, we'll say the down payment is 20,000 and it's 20K. So this will be our investment topic, is that if you're making $500 a month, it is going to take you roughly 3-4 years to get your money back on a property like this. That's if nothing goes wrong. And let me tell you, as a landlord, everything goes wrong every once in a while or daily. It depends on how you measure it, all the way from a broken door handle to a basement being flooded. These things are straight up just going to happen regardless if you have 1 property or 5 properties. And this is where I get into my topic about our single family homes, a good investment, because that's just the roof. That's the roof only. You have things like the furnace, water heater. Those are both, well, I shouldn't say both. A water heater is going to be around $1,500 more or less to replace it. That's roughly every 6 to 8 years. So that's an expense you almost have to calculate if you're saying, I'm going to buy and hold this property long-term for 5 years. You might be replacing the water heater in that time. There's a good chance that you will. That water heater replacement at $1,500, $2,000 is going to eat up 3 months of your income. You make no money for that. Well, yeah, but I get a new water heater. Yeah. And then the clock starts ticking again. And you have to look at appliances the same way. Furnace. What kind of furnace? Because depending on the type of furnace, that can be between $8,000 and $15,000, depending on the type that you have, how large the house is. These are all expenses, folks, that are huge. Now, if we just got the property and put 20 grand down, and we have to replace a roof, do a furnace, or let's say even a water heater, where's that money coming from? I mean, that's 20 grand down, then another 1,500 on top. Where is that going to come from? Right? If you've already spent your cash, or you're low on cash, or you don't have a lot of cash, do you have the lines of credit available? Do you have credit cards, business credit cards? Do you have these things available to protect your business or use them in a time of need to buy yourself some time? Not that you should be doing it that way, but these are emergency type factors that you can put into place. This is all for perspective. So other things that can happen, just go on and on and on as you dig into a property. You know, is it newer built? Is it really old built? Do you have, you know, different things in the property like a skylight? Skylights were probably one of the worst designed things. I'm not sure why they didn't build it better. They just didn't. Now, let's say you have to update certain things. Let's say your tenants trash your cabinets in the kitchen. Do you know what cabinets cost today? Cabinets can be anywhere from 15. Now I'm talking about a full set of cabinets. I'm not talking about a small kitchen here. I'm talking about a full, nice set of cabinets. 15 to 25,000 or more. As you get fancier, obviously it's more expensive. The cheapest cabins I found for a small kitchen were $8 grand. That was a small kitchen. You were talking about maybe 2 or 3 sets of cabinets overall and 2 countertops that were very small. That's not big. To get a full kitchen or a good sized kitchen, you're going to pay a lot of money just for the cabinets. That's not your appliances. That's not the flooring. It's not finishing painting or putting a window in or the patio doors or anything like that. So if we look at these costs alone, a bathroom remodel was the other one I was going to say. Bathroom remodel, these are just running up in cost because of countertops and other things like this. So a bathroom remodel can be $10K to $20K, depending on how crazy you're getting with it. And if you look at these costs and then you look over 5 years making 30 grand, think about the wear and tear and the clientele that you're renting to, right? Who do you serve as your client? Because 30 grand in 5 years can only cover one major problem, maybe 2. And if you did cover those 2 problems in 5 years, you wouldn't make any money. Let that sink in for a minute. Any major issue happens, it's going to eat a majority of your cash flow. If they move out, you're going to have to fix the place up. That comes straight out of cash flow. So are you really making that amount of money with the way things costs? The costs have went up so much that if you're not making at least minimum $1,000 a month on a property, is it even worth it? And with higher interest rates and higher prices, nobody should be trying to do these rentals, especially on a single family home, because of the costs. Not just because of the financing, but because of the cost. Oh, well, I'll do it myself. Great. So now you have a second job and you're going to try to save yourself some money, give yourself no warranties. Fair enough. You can do it, but you're talking about a very small percentage of people that are actually going to go out there and do those things themselves. Are you really gaining anything by doing that? Because you're still paying for a certain amount of things. And, you know, is this your regular job or you're just patching something together that's going to need to be fixed later? So folks, I hope you enjoyed this. This is the exact thing we look at from real estate investing as a community, and costs are up. If you don't think you're going to get hit with costs, you should go into your investment knowing the first thing you're going to get hit with is costs. It's going to be all the way across the board. So if you like this video, reach out to me. We'll get you to another event and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.